Come on. What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today we've got the HG-18 Tiger Dog and this is a review for Banggood, and there's a link for this in the description. I think this is going to get you lot talking. One, because of the build quality, and two, because of how much it costs. Because I know that you do like discussing the cost of some of this stuff. But let's look at the quality of it before we start talking about the cost of it. I've said that quite recently about another truck as well, haven't I? Anyway, some cool pictures on the back there with the spec. A little bit there showing you the gearbox configuration. The important bit on the back there, it's got metal, I think they are metal wheels, metal drive shafts, metal axles, metal gears, metal chassis, full ball bearings, some accessories, and it looks very well made. Now what was strange about this is it came in just a plain cardboard box with that, the transmitter in a bag like that, and this is very similar to the Hobby Plus stuff and the like the RGT stuff, very similar. And then this bag that's got the accessories in it and some spare links, and then this one it's got a little 1500 milliamp hour lithium ion, LiPo charger. Whoa, the grill, some fixings, decals, and the wing mirrors. So a bit strange because you'd have thought it was all in the one box, but it's not. Anyway, let's get this out because I think you are going to be relatively impressed. I certainly was. There's the body, nicely painted. Unfortunately, where it's been in there rubbing, it's scratched a little bit, but you can just about see it on the body there. That's a shame. Other than that, it's just a really nice colour. And then here is the chassis. I mean, I've not heard of Tiger Dog before. I don't know if this is based on something else. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments if it is. But one thing I will tell you is for a little 1/18 scale, certainly a bit of weight there. Wow, this thing is nice. So we've got a little Emax steering servo up front there. They're quite good, them. I use them on quite a bit of my stuff. I don't know whether that's a metal geared one, but I use the metal geared ones. Nice soft tyres with foams, and they are metal, really nice metal rims there. Alloy shocks, adjustable collars on them. They don't feel like they got, well, not sure if they're oil filled. They don't feel like they are, but I might be able to put some oil in them. We'll take them apart and have a look. Gearbox is under there. We'll get underneath it in a minute actually and have a look. Rear shock, and then under there you've got a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver, 3-wire servo, which is good. You can always upgrade. Little bind plug hanging over there, and then this is where the money is. All metal links there, a very nice axle there. I don't know if it's been, it looks like it's machined actually. It's a machined axle. That's definitely machined axle cover there. There's all metal gears in there, metal link rods for suspension, metal drive shafts, metal motor mount, metal chassis. See the is that a 180 or it might be a 130 motor there actually, and then on a gold coloured, it's probably a brass. It looks like a reduction bit on the gears, and then rear drive shaft, rear links, rear axle. Can't really see the gearbox in there, but again, really good quality alloy housing on that. I mean, it's really hard to show you probably on the camera how good this looks. The shocks don't feel like they've got oil in them. I mean, you've got a decent amount of flex there by the looks of it. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a wheel off. I'm not sure how these wheels come off. Maybe that's a little cap on there, but I'm going to take a wheel off so I can get access to the shock. We'll take the shock absorber off, have a look, see if we can get oil in there. I'll be a little bit disappointed if you can't, because this thing looks like it should have everything, all the bells and whistles. Let's get that shock off. Right, here's a thing. I was just trying to get the wheels off so I can get the suspension off. The front, I've undone the bead lock, but I think I probably know how they come off now. The rear, they're actually screwed on, fixed on from the back, so you can't access anything from the front to remove the wheel. You have to undo a small, like a grub screw in the rear axle, holds onto there, and then get a 2mm hex and undo it from the inside that way. That is really strange, and I'm not sure if that's a decent design. I mean, they're not going to fall off that easy, but still, this is probably going to be quite a slow moving trail truck stroke crawler, so I'm not sure it's going to be an issue with wheels coming off. So there's the first quirky thing about this, and I'm not sure whether that's a good design or not. Anyway, let's get them shocks off and see if you can get oil in, and then I'll tackle that front wheel and see if I can remove it. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I think you probably can, looking at that. Looks like it's got a little bit of a seal under there. I mean, that would usually, if that wasn't if you couldn't fill that with oil, that would be a like a screw head, and I can see a little O-ring on there as well. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in there. I'm gonna do it to all four, and then give it 24 hours and see if they leak. Yeah, that feels a bit better now. It's still not ideal, but they're quite small shocks, so it still feels better than before. Right, let's get this on. I'm going to put oil in all the other shocks. You can see how that front wheel comes off. Battery's charging. So you have to take the whole hub off, and then it's screwed in from the back there. I really don't know whether that's a decent design or not. You're probably not going to be able to get new wheels for this. And two, it doesn't make, well, I say it doesn't make maintenance easy. Hopefully you won't need to do too much on this, but if you're going through mud and water, I mean, this has got bearings throughout and there's lots of metal bits and pieces on it, so you may want to strip it down and clean it, and that just makes it a little bit more difficult. But hopefully that's the only issue with it. I've put oil in the shocks, and they're quite slow and sluggish now. I'll probably put 2 thicker oil in there, but we can adjust them up and see how it performs. I mean, it might be alright once we're out running. It just feels at the moment that I might have put slightly 2 thicker oil in there, but either way, they do look like the oil's staying in. They got O-rings all over them, so like I said, I'll give it 24 hours or so, and then we'll have a look and see if they've spilt their oil out anywhere, and we'll go from there. Right, let's get this back together. It's a good sign. Quite low geared there. I don't think you've got a speed selection on here. So that's your throttle trim. Seems to have a decent amount of torque there and quite a low crawling speed. That's quite good. Right, I'm going to get the body prepped, going to get it all together, and then we'll take it out and see how it goes on a few obstacles. Right, let's give this a go. I am driving one-handed, so bear that in mind. This is the first time I've tried this little course I've made in the garden. So like I've mentioned, plenty of low-end speed, low control, quite good. I knew that was going to be a problem. Up the slide. Oh, a bit slippery. Come on. This is where you need wheel speed. I don't think we're going to make it up here. Let's give it a push. I wasn't sure whether this is going to work or not, but I reckon I can do it if I just go a bit further over that way. Come on. We made it. So this has got some really nice control, very good. Let's try that again. Ah. Need a bit more steering angle. I think you can. I'm sure you can adjust the end points on this. I don't know whether they're the dual rate. I'm sure with this controller. I'll have to Google it. That is what is missing. Is that steering? We've got a drag brake. We go forward. There you go. Look. Let's see if we can get over here. Oh. Nice bit of flex there. So far I am actually quite impressed with this. It needs a bit more ground clearance. Better steering angle needs adjusting, or we need to try and sort that out, but other than that, it's got some really nice control and you can feel the weight of it. Look at that nice flex. You can definitely feel that there's quality there when you're driving it. Come on. Whoa. You can tell I haven't tried this course out yet, but still, it is doing all right. Wheel speed, definitely need wheel speed. I wonder if it's a run 3S. It's got torque, it's turning it, uh-oh. There we go. See how good that drag brake is now, eh? There we go. Okay guys, that is the little HG-18. It's a, what is it, a Suzuki Jimny, isn't it? Overall, I really like it. You could definitely feel there's quality there when you're driving it. You can, I know you can't really feel the weight of it while you're driving, but you know what I mean? You can feel that there is some good quality and good weight in there when it's crawling around. It's not much. I didn't try that course beforehand. That was straight off first go, so you can see we need a few adjustments to make it a little bit more doable for this, but overall I think it's all right. Now for the money, is it worth the money? I mean, I don't know, I'll let you decide that. To get all of them upgraded parts, all of that like CNC'd materials and build there, probably bang on the money there. It's just expensive for what it is. Two things I don't like. Well, three things I don't like. The suspension, you can see the front, I've had to take the oil out just to get it to move, but now, I mean, the springs aren't really doing much. Doesn't really affect it too much when you're driving around, as you've seen. It actually gives you quite a nice bit of flex, but suspension, don't like that. Don't like the idea of having to take the hub off to get the wheel off, and I think it needs more wheel speed. That is my opinion on it. I really like it. It's definitely worth a look if you've got a bit of money to spend. Have a look at this little thing, and it does look very nice. Cheers for watching. I think I'm going to put this up against the Panda Hobbies, the Power Wagon, about the same scale, and I might even get the HG-18 out as well and give them a try side by side. Anyway, cheers for watching. See you next time.